subtlety to sell oneself out, $20 here and there, building a network of hatred and care. From now on, my poems will be normal for this afternoon. Thank you.
Thanks, Robin. I forgot to turn on the video camera, so I'm going to start the introduction again. We got part of what you said. Anyway, welcome to Recycled Reads Open Mic for March 1st, 2015. Yay! And the 6th anniversary of Recycled Reads. Yay! And now, to put everything in perspective, as he often does, Tom T.W.P., the world poet.
Last night we launched this book. There's a whole pile of people were there, and there's a picture of the book. I'm going to read you my first poem from it. This is a collection of all the living poets that are doing things in this community. Walking along a beach. Something tiny and shiny attracts your attention. Is it the water's surface with stars within reflecting? And that moon, she can be seen both in the sky and in the waters that surround. If you were to name each seashell orchestra, label each star, there would not be enough time nor pages to illumine such brilliance. These are all living entities, actively engaged and engaging in the development of cultural evolutions, volunteering. No doubt you will ask as you walk along your beach, who can I honour for their service and example to all? Next, decide in what manner you might best share their brilliance. Finally, it always seems best to be that glow of example, to show each beach pilgrim how to not only reflect the sky and stars, but to become one by doing. These are those stars we found while walking along your beaches. Please honour their achievements this afternoon. They are you, further up the beach. Thank you, Ron.
Thanks, Tom and Ron. Next up, a man who is visiting the Austin community now. He was with us for several years. Our own Benjamin Franklin. David Lester Young.
Hey.
Yeah, I was on Facebook, and it said that it was being closed down for February 30th and 31st.
Got you good.
And also the 29th.
Yep.
We'll be back on the 32nd.
I thought that was kind of cute.
Gotcha.
I wrote this morning. I did a little modifying of it. It's called Flannel Shirt. Flannel shirt lost in memories, worn years in missed recollections, faded in and out, sewn over time, being washed over and over again. Tender fingers hand-washed daily, it then hangs to dry with the wind, as it drip drops tears of long ago, while he still smells her perfume. His angel still envelops the night in a sheer white translucent quill. Memories of her seek him out as she whirls her shirt around him. Soft skin touched lungs, feminine memory, as his fingers still massage his angel, and only then does he smile in her presence, being cradled forevermore in her love.
Charles, is this your first time to read here?
I think I've read once before. About 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome back.
Yay.
Charles Fogarty.
Yay, Charles.
About 2 weeks ago, I went to a Chinese all-you-can-eat buffet restaurant.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
And the weather was exactly like it is today, so I don't think much has changed since then. The waitress had a very thick Hong Kong accent, and she led me to a table in the center of the room, and I didn't feel comfortable there, so I asked her if I could sit at the booth next to the fish tank.
Okay.
This poem is titled, Zen in a Fish Tank. In the aquarium, eyes meet eyes. I use my two eyes first, and I look for you in the fish tank. Where are you? You don't wait long, and traveling along a light beam, two spirits search for one another. Our four eyes meet and hold. My two eyes and your two eyes meeting in the aquarium. You're now here with me in a spiritual towel, and I am with you in a fish tank. We find each other here at this place, seeing eye to eye. From across the distance, as our eyes lock, we are now together in a zen, feeling the atmosphere the way a Colorado skier feels snow without touching it, the way a mountain climber feels the air and rocks beneath his boots without bending down to touch the ground, how a bicyclist floats in the air and doesn't need four wheels to balance and ride forward, like our eyes meet in a fish tank. Our four eyes meeting when we're together in the Tao. Our four magnets and four harmless laser beams locked to each other's chakra, as the Hindis might say. Our life's moments in an aquarium like this, the origin of Buddhism. Our eyes are now voluntarily locked together in the aquarium during these brief moments. We are sending two souls, both with two natural eyes, your two eyes and my two eyes, both seeing us in a fish tank. Eyes meeting eyes and holding one another's souls a few moments, suspended in time, seeing each other in the Tao, but separated by aquarium plexiglass. Be here now with me in a fish tank, me on the outside of the aquarium, and you, a pet fish, in the inside of a mystical Tao, breathing underwater and laughing. And you know I can't breathe there with you, but with Zen in a fish tank, we are now somehow together despite all odds. Me and a pet fish in a fish tank. What a challenge to the Tao. Your two eyes, pet fish, and my two eyes together for a moment as I am eating my Chinese plate, seeing each other, although separated by the aquarium plexiglass, and together across oceans and space to Zen in a fish tank. You must trust me, little fish, to do this Tao activity properly. In the aquariums of our globe, on mass transit buses, at noisy bars, or busy city sidewalks. Each of the pet fish in the Chinese buffet aquarium wonders if you can see them as an individual, as a pet fish. Each fish in the fish tank individually asks the maternal question, Mama, am I your child? There are many other questions too, such as, is the universe round? Why do we see in a straight line? Is it because a straight line is quicker than going round in circles? Is the Tao the same as Zen? So, you think I'm weird, but does not your hound or bull look to you in the same eyes too? That the pet fish look to the restaurant person in the booth. How afraid us humans would be to be locked up in an aquarium forever? Can somebody who can care with careful utensils, after practicing many days in a kitchen with kitchen utensils, lift us pet fish out of this fish tank and rescue us one by one from the aquariums we're stuck in and carefully place each pet fish individually in our own individual teacups of cold water to take a break from this world in the aquarium for a few moments, to refresh outside of the fish tank, in the opposite of hot and scalding boiling tea water poured from a steaming kettle into a teacup over a simple china tea bag to soak in, and wait while we hold each other with our eyes for only as long as a tea bag can soak. The tea bag is inanimate, suspended alone in time, but we are living sentinel beings, seeing eye to eye in an aquarium. So please, rescue us, pet fish, or rescue us for a few minutes to restore us on the outside of the fish tank, to reaffirm individuals' individuality. Then after cleaning the family cage, pour us back into the aquarium. We will find Zen another time, sometime in the future when my two eyes meet yours.
Wow. Charles Fogarty. Thank you, Charles. Wow. You just wrote that this week, you say?
This is about 2 weeks.
Two weeks old.
Change it around a few times.
Oh, cool. Well, I noticed that Ralph Hauser has joined us. Are you ready, or do you want to wait a turn? You would be on the list right now if you're ready.
Well, actually, what I'd like to do is read another poet's work.
Oh, that's fine too. Ralph Hauser hosts a writers group on the third Friday of every month at Twin Oaks Library from 1 until 3 in the afternoon. And I missed it last time, and I don't know why. I wanted to be there. Ralph Hauser, everybody.
Thank you, Louise. Actually, about 2 weeks ago, Philip Levine, who was really one of our major poets, passed away in Fresno, California. He was on the faculty of the English department at Fresno State for something like 30 years. And I'd like to start today by reading a poem of his that was in the Paris Review in around 2013. And it's called She's Not Gone. Someone enters your life on a day you no longer remember. The years pass, and she becomes the mother you never had, the older sister smoking before breakfast, the first friend. She lies back on the worn sofa in the heat of summer and shares a season of baseball. When you are 12, she explains the world, how the people were sold down the river, how someone will always work and waste away to these essential bones, muscles, and tendons. She explains your brother, who at 16 needs 2 clean shirts a day and will grow to command. She explains you, who never will, and she blesses you with a hand mussing your hair. One day, she is gone. I'm sorry, I lost my... One day, she is gone, over 40, and she has fallen in love again. And love has taken her off to a man with one leg and no prospect. A postcard from California, and then a silence that lasts. The ironing board waits in the corner. The worn black shoes are kicked back into the closet. Her yellowing slip sags on the back of her chair until your mother, cursing, tears it into rags and garbage. You will look and find her in the long jaws of other women, in the hard eyes that can gleam without hope. You will find her again and again, because with 2 open hands, with a voice that said anything, with a new smile for each new loss, she showed you a world she could die for. And that's by Philip Levine.
Ralph Hauser and Philip Levine, thank you. Well, it's become kind of a tradition on these open mics that I skip somebody who's on the list.
Yeah.
And this time is Ron Hewen. So let me officially tell you what the list is. Me, Robin Barrett, Tom, David Lester Young, Charles Fogarty. If he has some more, I think he may have just had one, but if he has more. Then Ron, then Ralph Hauser, and then we start all over again. But Ron yesterday, as a part of the Recycle Reads anniversary, Ron was here between the acts of brass bands and fruit ensembles. They have bananas and flute ensemble. Ron was here, and he had some of his funnier songs, but he can also write some really beautiful ones. Ron Hewen.
This is based on the poem called Angel Guide My Way Home by David Lester Young.
Hey!
I've not got to play this yet. Live. I have loved ones and some friends who, in speaking of the end, look forward to their reward, where it's peaceful and no war. I have friends who earned a place and deserve to see God's face, for their lives were full of pain. Hope their God will justice reign. Let the angels guide them home, where they're hearing angelic tone. Let the music fill the air. Let the angels take them there. I have family who want more than keep fearing earthly swords. They are humble, led by grace. They deserve a better fate. They hear angels in the sky, reservations way on high. Sweet, sweet music, heaven's band, melodies from God's own hand. Let the angels guide them home, where they're hearing angelic tone. Let the music fill the air. Let those angels take them there. I had many dreams and hopes. If I only get one vote, I would wish for those that bleed, get from God oh what they need. When they look down from above, hope their lives are filled with love, and the angels sing for them, and their souls are happy then. Let the angels guide them home, where they're hearing angelic tone. Let the music fill the air. Let the angels take down there.
Music by Ron Kewen, lyrics by David Lester Young. Yay! Okay, if you've ever been to the Kick Butt Coffee open mic on Sunday nights, when they do something wrong, they slap themselves and say, "Bad host, bad host." So that's what I'm doing to myself. Bad host. I feel better now. 50 Shades of Grey better. Ooh, racy stuff. Racy stuff. Anyway, I want to repeat that this is Recycle Reads monthly open mic, family friendly, round robin, and I'll try to keep the order going. Anyway, the other night, Thursday night at New World Deli, we had the monthly Austin Poetry Society open mic there. And a poet friend of ours, Neil Miley, read, actually, it's an interesting progression of poems. The same poem reworked over and over again. I won't read the whole booklet, but I'll read the first and the last two short ones, just to show how a poem can change and how you can approach it from different ways. It's called A Fall Moment. The ancient cedar elm next door, in shaking herself awake, releases a shower of small gold leaves. Turning each edge to the rising of sun, they dance in a small breeze ballet. If it were not Thanksgiving Day, I would be grateful anyway. Yay. And then here are two other treatments at the end of the booklet. Techie poem. This morning, our picture window, the one facing 048 degrees east-northeast, is a 72-inch flat-screen HD TV measured diagonally. Screensaver is set at falling leaves, gold tones and random repeat. Winter must be coming. I will reset to fireplace log. And then a haiku version. Breeze loosens leaf, sunrise goldens to the ground, Austin in autumn. Neil Miley. He's from Canada, I believe, right? Right, John? Yes. And now, back to the order with Robin Barrett.
On Wednesdays, from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we meet. There's a writing workshop that I host called Harriet's Group, after my cat. And it's for poetry, it's for prose, it's for whatever. It's at Strange Brew in far South Austin, and this poem comes from that. I borrowed it was inspired by the first two lines, which are by Marge Piercy, who's one of my favorite poets. So her part is, we praise abundance by eating of it. And I wrote, all last night into the morning I ate time, so much of it. Time after time, Cyndi Lauper sings. Time after cyclical time, like an old record, playing new songs, skipping here and there, blips of time, so much of it. But I will make it through the next cycle, the next month, the next day, second feeling. Thank you.
Okay. Tom, the March poet.
With Ron, please.
With Ron.
Yeah.
And I'll remember Ron does have a turn this time, too.
I'm really glad to see Joe and Lynn here, because we go to the George Harrison birthday tribute each year. And this is the poem I wrote for this year. This year was in the Owl Wine Bar and General Goods Store in Elgin. I think that's pronounced right, isn't it? Elgin? Elgin? Thank you. And I said, I've never been to Elgin before. They all laughed.
Here comes Thin George, in black and white, Hard Day's Night. He is smiling, sneering, and smoking in Liverpudlian good humour. Stovepipe pants, pointed black shoes, mop-top hair, young with pimples. Now here he is in Help in full colour, a little more confident musically and emotionally. Now see him on Apple Rooftop for Let It Be as the Beatles are buried in 1970. Now hear that Wonderwall soundtrack, that sitar from Sgt. Pepper's. See him sitting in his gardens on the cover of All Things Must Pass. Second wife, racing car driver, supporter of Monty Python. Solo allowed him to support his Hare Krishna friends as well, then gathering his friends for that concert for Bangladesh. So many positive images of George Harrison. This is why we celebrate his birth more than his untimely demise. According to legend, his very last words were, "Love everyone."